Hi guys, so I'm going to read Conan the Barbarian number 4. So the greatest sword and sorcery hero of all, Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian. Torches flare murkily in the mall this night, where certain denizens of Aranjun, thief city of Zamora, hold their roaring revels. Steel glints in the shadows, where rises the shrill laughter of women, and snatches of boisterous song rush out through the wide-thrown doors. While, high above the rest of the city, its jeweled rim glittering in the starlight, looks down the silent, shimmering shaft, which men call the Tower of the Elephant. Stan Lee, editor. Roy Thomas, writer. Barry Smith, artist. Sal Buscema, inker. Sam Rosen, letterer. And, in one of the dens below, merriment thunders to the low, smoke-stained roof, as cutthroats and rascals of all nations listen to the gaudy jests of a fat, gross rogue, a professional abductor, come up from distant Koth to teach women stealing to the Zamorians, who were born with more knowledge of the art than he could ever hope to attain.
By Boo, God of Thieves, I'll show you how to steal wenches. I'll show you all.
This is adopted from the story by Robert E. Howard, and nominated by Best Story, 1972, by the Academy of Comic Book Arts.
Hey, Kothian, tell us again about the charms of your captive. A Count of Ophir promised me 300 pieces of silver for a sleek young Brythunian of the better class, as a handmaid for his wife. It took me weeks to find a wench who would suit, but now I'll have her over the Zamorian border by dawn, where there's a caravan waiting to receive her, and you should see a pretty baggage. I know lords of Sem who would trade the secret of the Elephant Tower for her.
You spoke of the Elephant Tower. I've heard much of it since I came to Aranjun. What is its secret, man of Koth?
The secret? Why, any fool knows that the High Priest Yara dwells there with the great jewel that men call the heart of the elephant.
I have seen this tower. It has but one guard, and the walls would be easy to climb. Why has not someone in this thief city stolen the jewel?
Listen, Barbarian, for such I see you are, there are more thieves in Aranjun than anywhere else in the world. If mortal man could steal Yara's gem, be sure it would have been flitched long ago.
Aye, there may be no human guards in Yara's gardens, but there are soldiers in the lower part of the tower, where the jewel is kept somewhere high above.
But if a man could pass through the gardens, why could he not scale the tower, and thus avoid the soldiers?
Are you an eagle, boy, to climb a tower with sides like polished glass? I repeat, there is no way the gem can be stolen.
There is always a way, if the desire be coupled with courage.
What? You dare tell us our business, and then intimidate that we are cowards? Get along! Get out of my sight! First you mock me, then you lay hands on me. I'll stand for no more. Why, you heathen dog, I'll have your heart for that.
Suddenly, steel flashes, a swirl of swords which dims the flame of the den's lone candle. Then plunges the chamber into darkness, broken only by a single agonized yell that cuts the black night like a knife. Ah! At last, the candle is relighted, but throng and barbarian alike have vanished into the shadows, and
the Kothian is dead!
Sometime later, a tall, silk-clad form draws nigh the glistening tower. But his silent, strangely sinister movements go not unnoticed.
Open, swine! Open the gate, I say! Who goes there? Dog! Do you not know the voice of Yara? Must I work an enchantment to pass through mine own portals? 1,000 portals, great Yara. I did not know you walked abroad this night. There is much you do not know, guardsman. Beware lest I teach you in a way you like not.
Shrubbery and the need for stealth limit young Conan's vision, leaving him merely a sense of nameless dread as the high priest passes so near to him. But doubtless as he would flee in stark fear back toward the wastes of his barren homeland, if he beheld that, where Yara walks, his feet touch not the ground. Yet, even so, the Cimmerian's hair prickles as he recalls a tale told to him by a drunken page of the Zamorian court. A tale of how Yara had laughed in the face of a hostile prince, of how he had held up a glowing evil gem before him, from which had blazed blinding rays. The prince had shrunk down, swore the page, to a tiny black spider, which had scampered wildly about the chamber, until Yara had set his heel upon it.
What's that? A muffled cry? If I am found out, I'll die atop a heap of my foes.
But silence drapes the mysterious gardens like a shroud, so Conan lopes toward some sheltering shrubbery, only to trip over a crumpled form which lies quite still.
What in the name of the gods? By Crom! It's the guard I beheld at the gate, mere moments ago. Unknown hands have choked out his life. Now it assails my ears. A stealthy footfall, amid the shrubs near the wall. Ho, fellow! You are bulky and you are brave, but at least you are human. Stand to, or I'll run you through with good Brythunian steel.
You're no soldier as I feared. You're like a thief like myself, like Taurus of Nemedia.
I've heard of you. Men call you a prince of thieves.
And I've earned the title 1,000 times over. But who are you?
I am Conan, a Cimmerian, and I came seeking a way to steal Yara's jewel, that which men call the elephant's heart.
Ha! By Bel, god of all thieves. I'd thought that only I had the courage enough to attempt that bit of poaching. And those Zamorians call themselves thieves.
Then it was you who killed the god.
I like your grit, Conan. We'll attempt this one together, if you've a mind to. Who else? I've laid my plans for months, but you, I think, have acted on sudden impulse, my friend.
Still, I'll go as far as any man.
Then follow me.
Tell me, Taurus,
Why do they call it the Tower of the Elephant?
Search me. Know you what an elephant is, lad?
A monstrous beast, with a tail at both ends. So a wandering Shemite told me. But there are no elephants in Zamora.
And gods, Conan? Are there not gods in Zamora? Do you not fear for the blasphemy we do?
Whatever gods Yara may sacrifice to, they are not mine. Great Crom lives on a mountain, and little he cares for what men do with their tiny lives.
Conan, look you! Lions!
Aye, perhaps you were told. There are no human guards in this garden. But fear not. While you've been talking, I've been getting ready for 'em.
They begin their charge in silence.
Keep behind me, lad, if you value your life. Then the Numidian blows powerfully through the tube, which he has fondly brandished, and a thick green-yellow cloud dims the fire in 6 grim eyes, forever.
They died without a whimper. Taurus, what was that powder?
It was made from the mysterious Black Lotus, but that was all I possessed. I, or any man east of Kaita. From here on, we are on our own. But come in Bill's name, the night grows old.
Ah!
Look the first cast,
Hold!
It is Conan's savage instincts which make him suddenly wheel, for the death which is upon them makes no sound.
This lone beast escaped the death of the flowers, but he'll not escape my sword. Roar as you die, blast you! Why don't you roar? That was close as a call as I've had. In a life no ways tame.
All things are strange in this garden. The lions strike quietly, as do other dooms. But the soldiers within may have heard that scuffle. Come!
On that knotted wisp, will it bear my weight?
It will bear thrice my own, lad. Now climb! Men say that Yara has lived for centuries because of the elephant's heart gem. But even he can't wait forever for us to come steal it.
He need not wait much longer, by Crom.
Yet even Conan pauses for a moment, dazzled by the precious stones which dot the mighty tower, almost hypnotized by their throbbing glow.
There is a fabulous fortune here, Taurus.
It will all be ours, if we first secure the fabled heart. Luck is still with us. We've reached the tower's rim unseen.
Now, we are in the serpent's own lair.
Aye, thus, before we cut off possible retreat, go look off the other side. See if there are any soldiers there.
All right, but I see scant reason for this, Taurus. Taurus? He went through that door, into the dome, while my back was turned. Ah! What's that? A strangled cry from within. If this is some sort of civilized trick. Taurus! What's wrong, man? What's inside there? Dead. And not a mark upon him, except for those 2 tiny wounds at the base of his neck. Well, I guess I'll have to take a look inside, for myself. Though it seems empty enough.
Jewels, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, strewn about in careless profusion. Conan is growing almost dizzy at the thought of it all. When, once more, death strikes soundlessly at him, a flying shadow, something that splashes upon his bare shoulder and burns like drops of liquid hellfire. And then, a sight such as men behold only in their darkest nightmares. A gigantic black spider, its 4 eyes gleaming with an evil intelligence, its great fangs dripping venom. For, you see, the upper chamber is guarded, after all. Then, the monster leaps again. Beneath the shuddering impact, the sword flies from Conan's hand, as strands of fetid webbing drape across the young barbarian's writhing form. Strands which grip him like the coils of the fabled python. And then, one final lunge.
So, you hairy devil, you guard this booty, do you? Well then, you can have it! Dead. And I wonder who you were, monster, before Yara set his spider spell on you. Huh. I didn't notice this door before. Might as well find out where it leads.
An ivory door that swings silently inward. From within, the exotic scents of incense. Conan enters cautiously, eyes darting about like those of a wolf in strange surroundings, ready to fight or flee on the instant. And then he sees it. An idol, seated upon a great marble couch. An idol with the body of a man, but green, with a head too inhuman and too large, its eyes closed as if in sleep. And then, those eyes open. Paralyzed with terror, held fast by fear, the Cimmerian freezes in his tracks. This is no idol, but a living thing, and he is trapped within its chamber. Just then, the trunk of the horror is lifted, quests about as Topaz's eyes stare, unseeing, and the creature speaks in a stammering voice, through jaws never meant for human speech.
Who is here? Have you come to torment me again, Yara? Oh, Yakosha, is there never be an end to your agony?
As tears roll from sightless eyes, Conan's gaze falls upon the chains which hold the monster, and suddenly his fear and revulsion are replaced by a deeply felt pity.
I am not Yara. I am only a thief. I will not harm you. Come near, that Yakosha may touch you. You are not of Yara's race of devils. The clean, lean fierceness of the wastelands mark you. Yes, feel my trunk, for I am neither god nor demon, but flesh and bone like yourself. But there is blood on your fingers.
A spider in the chamber above, and a lion in the garden.
You have slain a man, too, this night, and there is human death in the tower above. I feel, I know. Listen, O man, I am foul and monstrous to you, I know, but you would seem as strange to me, could I but see you. For there are many worlds besides this earth, and life takes many shapes. Long and long ago, I came to this planet with others of my world, from the green planet Yag, on the outer fringes of the universe. Our mighty wings swept us through space, far faster than light itself. But when we came to this world, our wings fell from our shoulders, so that we could never leave it. We fought the strange and terrible beasts, which then walked the earth, and we made dim jungles of the east our abode. Dwelling thus apart, we watched man grow from the ape, to build the shining cities of Elusia and her sister kingdoms. And we saw the oceans rise one day, to drink Atlantis and all the great towered cities of civilization. All this we saw, and one by one we died. For we are not immortal, though our lives are as the lives of the stars themselves. At last I alone was left, worshipped as a god in jungle, lost Kaita. Then came Yara, well versed in dark arts, handed down from days of yore. First he sat at my feet and learned wisdom, but one day he turned my own power upon me and enslaved me. He pent me in this tower, which at his command I built for him in a single night. By fire and rack he mastered me, and so for 300 years I have done his foul bidding. Yet not all my ancient secrets has he wrested from me, and my last gift shall be the sorcery of the blood and the jewel.
As the monster finishes his tale, a strange aching sadness comes over Conan, and he senses, somehow, that he is in the presence of some cosmic tragedy, and he shrinks with shame, as if the guilt of a whole race were laid upon him.
But now the end of my time draws near, and you are the hand of fate. I beg of you, look upon the gem on yonder altar.
And Conan looks, and he knows that he gazes upon the heart of the elephant.
Take your sword, O man, and drive it into my breast. Then go you down to the ebony chamber where Yara dreams, and lay the gem before him, and say, Yag Kosha gives you a last gift and a last enchantment. Then flee the tower, quickly. Well, strike, O man. If you feel pity for Yag Kosha, strike!
The Brethunian blade is heavy in Conan's great hand. Then, without a word, the young barbarian sets his teeth and drives it deep.
Fare you well, Yag Kosha. I never killed another foe with so unwilling a thrust. Hold! Now, the blazing jewel! It turns the color of blood. Then I must fulfill the final wish of Yag Kosha.
Silent, he lies in his jet-black chamber, the high priest and sorcerer, his eyes dilated with the fumes of the yellow lotus, far staring, as if fixed on gulfs and nighted abysses beyond human ken.
Yara, awaken!
Dog, who are you? What do you hear? Well, cur, speak up before I...
He who sent this gem bade me to say, Yag Kosha gives a last gift and a last enchantment.
No, No, it cannot be! He cannot escape me thus! I am his master! His master!
Like a man in a dream, Yara grips the murky jewel in his hands, staring into its shadowed depths as if they would draw the shuddering soul from his body. And then, as Conan looks on in growing horror, he realizes that the high priest is shrinking in stature, growing smaller, smaller before his very eyes. Now, the scarlet gem towers above Yara like a hill, and it seems to Conan that some great magnetic force pulls the priest to the gem, a force the priest cannot defy. For suddenly, with a faintly echoing scream, Yara clambers impossibly up its smooth surface, like a man climbing a mountain of glass, only to sink into the very center of the jewel, as a man sinks into a vast and beckoning sea. And now Conan sees Yara in the crimson heart of the jewel, as into that heart swoops a shining winged figure.
Yakosha! No longer maimed, no longer blind.
Throwing up his arms, Yara flees as a madman flees, and on his heels comes the Avenger. Next, as if from over a vast distance, Conan hears,
The life of a man is not the life of Yakosha, nor is human death his death.
Then, like the bursting of a bubble, the throbbing jewel vanishes into a rainbow flaring of iridescent gleams, and Conan's great hands are empty, bare. As bare, Conan somehow knows, as that marble couch in the chamber above must be. Then the tower begins to shake. Conan turns and flees downward, for the soldiers below are forever stilled by magic, and a silver door stands open, framed in the whiteness of dawn. Out into the waving green gardens runs the Cimmerian, and, as the morning wind blows upon him, he starts like a man waking from a nightmare. And, as he looks back, he sees the gleaming tower sway amidst the crimson dawn, its jewel-crusted rim sparkling in the glowing light, as the Tower of the Elephant crashes into shining shards. And that's the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.